Hi, I'm Sue and welcome to The Art of Flavor. Last week we made my go-to recipes for homemade popsicles and we had a few questions about vegan options. So today we're making vegan-friendly popsicles. They're creamy, custardy, they're everything you want in a frozen sweet treat. You'd never know they're vegan. Okay, you ready? Let's get started. For this recipe, I'm making an almond butter custard popsicle. We're starting with 2 bananas. I'm gonna throw them in my blender. They add a little bit of sweetness and it helps with the creaminess. There's a lot of ness in this. I've got coconut milk. Go for full fat coconut milk, not the light option. We don't wanna skimp on that because it just gives you a better mouthfeel. I've got agave syrup. You can also use maple syrup, gives it a little bit of sweetness, but you've got that with the bananas too. I've got almond butter. You can go for peanut butter if you like. The natural kind works as well, and it cuts down on the sweetness. I've got salt, just to balance it out. I find any recipe with a nut butter, it needs a little bit of salt. I've got my Hediscent custard cream, and I'm gonna add a half a teaspoonful. The custard cream gives this popsicle that custardy richness. It layers of flavor in this popsicle recipe. Without it, I find that it doesn't take your everyday to gourmet level. I also have the Hediscent Classic Vanilla. I'm gonna add about 25 drops. It rounds out any recipe you want a little bit of vanilla. I'm just gonna blend it. That's all it takes. You want a smooth texture, so when it freezes, you don't have little clumps of almond butter. If you like that, it's like, chunky peanut butter or chunky almond butter, then you can leave it like that. I'm gonna transfer it back to my measuring cup, just for an easy pour. I'm gonna bring in my popsicle mold. Let's see, I'm a righty, so I'm gonna switch hands. Don't fill it to the top because it's going to expand when it freezes. I found it so satisfying because it hits all the buttons. It's got a nutty flavor. It has a hint of a custard. It's getting messy. Whoops. It's all right, you can clean it up after. A little bit left over for a smoothie. I'm gonna clean it up. It makes the unmolding a little bit easier. Pop on the lid if you have one. Do you want to freeze it at least 6 hours? For best results overnight, if you can wait that long. Into the freezer for 6 hours. We're gonna make our own chocolate crackle. Got my dark chocolate chips here, and I'm going to add coconut oil. Once you add the coconut oil, you'll see it just loosens up. Your bowl should not be touching the water, otherwise your chocolate will burn and it will seize. This is what you want. See how smooth that is? The addition of coconut is going to help the chocolate to temper, to harden. So I'm going to grab my popsicle that I made earlier this morning. I've got sea salt here, flake sea salt or chopped peanuts, because once I spoon my chocolate, it's going to harden very quickly. If you don't add your little flourishes immediately, it'll just kind of fall off the popsicle. So I made these early this morning, and once you take your popsicles out of the mold, place them back in the freezer and freeze it for at least half an hour to an hour more. So I'm going to add my chocolate like this, directly over the bowl. Just make a fun design. It doesn't have to be beautifully accurate. And I'm gonna sprinkle some nuts on the bottom of the plate so it doesn't stick to the plate. And I'm gonna place this right back in the freezer for it to harden. It's gonna take a few minutes, okay? So I threw these back in for 3 minutes, and this is what you have. It looks delicious. I've got salt and peanuts on it. You hear the crunch? So good. It's chocolatey, salty, sweet, creamy, custardy. Actually, this is going to be very easy to eat. For our next popsicle, vegan chia coconut popsicle. Okay, I've got full fat coconut, about 400 mils, and I'm going to add my chia seeds. If you've ever made the overnight coconut chia pudding, you just add your chia, and you can add a sweetener if you like. By morning, the chia seeds absorbs the liquid and it swells. So I'm gonna let this sit 5 to 10 minutes. It should thicken. I'm gonna add coconut. I've got unsweetened coconut here. I like the texture in it. I'm gonna add agave syrup. You can add maple syrup if you like. I've got a little bit of salt. You need to balance out the sweetness. Next, I'm gonna add my Hediscent coconut. During the freezing process, the coconut flavor is a bit dulled, so I'm gonna bump it up. I've got vanilla ice cream, one of my favorites. I've got about 25 to 30 drops. It's gonna make this mixture tastes like vanilla ice cream. The nose is amazing. There are no animal byproducts in this. It's a concentrated flavor, so it's gonna give it a vanilla ice cream flavor without the products of vanilla ice cream. That's ready. I've got raspberries. You can add blueberries or blackberries. Okay, so I'm gonna add a few. If they don't fit, use your little popsicle stick to kind of push it down. So you're gonna layer. You've got raspberries and you've got your coconut chia mixture. I'm gonna transfer that into a measuring glass with a little pour spout, just to make it easier to divide it. I've got raspberries, then chia, then raspberries, chia. Just keep going that way. And yes, it's getting messy, but sometimes the best things in life are a little messy. This style of popsicle, you don't even need a lid. Your popsicle sticks will be able to stand up on its own. And to make sure that your raspberries are pushed down and there aren't any hollow spots there, or you can tap it, or you can just push your popsicle stick to make sure there aren't any holes. I find that tapping very satisfying, so I'm more of a tapper. I want them a little even there. Okay, that's it. I'll be right back. So I made a batch this morning, and look how, so you remember the little raspberry on top? It looks so cute on the bottom. So you've got little bits of raspberry poking out. You've got your chia. This is a great breakfast treat that can go run all day long. 3 layers of coconut, and the tartness of the raspberry is so good together. Okay, so there you have it. Vegan-friendly popsicles. Remember to like and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to turn those notifications on so you don't miss an episode, because we have more flavorful recipes to share. Thanks for watching. Keep it flavorful. It's too hard to bite, but it's so good. The tartness and the chia. I don't know why I think chia is so fun, but it is. It is too good. See you soon.